So at church last Sunday, the pastor talked about orthodoxy, orthopraxy, and orthopathy. And orthodoxy is right view, orthopraxy is right action, orthopathy is right bond or relationship. And it seems to me that orthopathy is primary because I would say the Buddhist teaching is right with regard to orthodoxy, is that all views are wrong views. There is no view that is right. And so, for example, you could imagine that the creator of this world that we live in is evil, and you can still love God. You can still love your neighbor. Some of you might have a hard time with that. And that's okay. Because the people who have a hard time with that view can have a view that allows them to love their creator and their neighbor. And that view would be right for them and wrong for someone else. And then orthopraxy, the reason orthopraxy is less important than orthopathy is that who is the judge about what is the right behavior, the right action? And so, Jesus is my king, and he was unorthodox, and he was unorthopath. So he did things that people thought were wrong, and that's why they killed him. And some people would even say that Messiah does not get killed. The Jews and the Muslims would say that he's not the Messiah because he was killed. And so Jews and Muslims have an idea about what is the right action for Messiah. And they are wrong. What's primary is right relationship. And so what's interesting is that Jews and Muslims can have their view so long as it leads them into the right relationship with God and neighbor. What's interesting is that the wrong relationship is the one where we attempt to go, when we attempt to judge other people's views and other people's actions. So that's when you get into dangerous territory, is when you become the judge. And not just the judge, because discernment is important. But getting into the, what is the effect of your views and your behavior upon your relationships? Because relationship is primary, you can then begin to judge views and actions. And so, having said all that, the paradox is that people will say, well, Gavin, you are presenting us a view. I am. I'm presenting you a view which allows me to love my creator and my neighbor. And I offer it as a view which might be able to help you to become someone who loves your creator and your neighbor better. There is no claim that the view is right. There is only a claim that I find that it works for me right now, and that I hope that you could try it and find out if it improves your ability to love your neighbor. That's what I hope for. There is no claim about my views being true. There is no claim about my practices being right. I only offer them up as something you might experiment with in order to compare how you relate with everyone around you. What I've found is that I receive vision about how things could be better, and then I feel that I don't want to go and be responsible for doing the thing in order to make it better. And then that informs me. It helps me, it actually is an indicator that I should go do the thing I don't want to do in order to try and improve things. And that's different from doing the thing I want to do in order to make the world a better place. It's doing the thing I don't want to do in order to make the world a better place. And what I find is that I find good fruit in doing that. So I'm offering some views, I'm offering some practice, and I'm only claiming that they work according to my own testimony, and I'm claiming that testimony is valuable. I'm going to go butt heads with the scientists who ignore anecdote, and I'm going to say that my view is a better view for me and for many people. I would lend them some credit and claim that it would be good if we collected more testimony and anecdote, and to have testimony and anecdote that is more informative and accurate and true. So we don't necessarily want the testimony that is false. We don't want a false witness. We want a true witness. And we want to be able to collect all of those. And so, yeah, when you try out views and practices, and in order to even try out views and practices, you have to disregard orthodoxy and orthopraxy. You can't uphold orthodoxy and orthopraxy if you are to experiment and learn. And then the measure is love. Like, how much love do you feel within? How much love do the people around you feel from you?